Good morning. Today is, I don't know what today is. I think it's the 24th. It's 8:14 a.m. And I am getting ready to administer my own medicine this morning because my husband had to go to work. I am currently 13 weeks pregnant, and usually he would do this for me, but since he had to go to work, I am giving myself Reglan. So now I'm starting right now with just some sodium chloride, just some regular saline flush, and I'm flushing it through my PICC line here. And that PICC line is going from my arm into a vein in my heart. And this medicine is helping me with my Hyperemesis Gravidarum. It keeps me from being nauseous 24/7. So this is what's been keeping me stable and keeping me from throwing up every 20 minutes or so. And I have a home nurse that comes every week to change the dressing of my PICC line, take my vitals, as well as get blood samples to make sure that I'm getting all the nutrients that I require throughout the day. So I've been home now for about a week from the hospital after having hyperemesis. Still have hyperemesis. And this is where I stand now. So I'm going to see if I can prop this up and show everybody what my day looks like every day with hyperemesis. I was there. So my sweet husband prepped Reglan. It's not spelled correctly, but this medicine regulates my digestive system. It also helps me with nausea, and it basically allows me to be able to eat. Without it, I will get very sick to the stomach. I will throw up or dry heave continuously until I am medicated. So what I do here is I just push all the air out, because I cannot get any air in the PICC line. If I do, I will have some type of embolism if air gets into my heart. I forgot what it was called, the nurse told me. So since I'm doing this by myself, I just take this part, which is where all the medicine is injected through. I kind of enclose it between my elbow for a grip, and then I stick here, twist it on. It's usually lefty loosey, righty tighty, but since I'm facing the opposite direction, I kind of push it to the left to tighten it. And I usually set a timer. My nurse told me this should take between 1 and 2 minutes to inject. But this, if I do it too fast, it does burn. So I do this very slowly, as slow as I can. Sometimes it doesn't take the full 2 minutes. I wanted to document my pregnancy. Since the moment I found out I was pregnant, I was ecstatic. However, my life took a drastic turn after discovering I had hyperemesis, and I have not been able to comb my own hair or take a shower by myself or even stand for too long without feeling too weak. So I've been too sick to actually document my joy or happiness for this pregnancy. Honestly, I haven't felt any joy for quite a while because I've been too sick to celebrate. I also had COVID during my 10th week, 9th and 10th week of pregnancy, at which during that time I was admitted to the hospital for hyperemesis. So I had hyperemesis, and then I had COVID on top of hyperemesis. My COVID symptoms weren't too bad. I couldn't decipher them between whether or not they were related to the pregnancy or to COVID, because they were very similar: sinus and runny nose and congestion and drainage. Those are all things that pregnant women can experience. My nose is running right now, but I have to finish this and then I can wipe it. Oh, too fast, it burned. Okay, so that's done. All right. I shouldn't do this, but I'm tired of feeling my nose being runny. Okay, so now that was the main medicine. The next thing I will do now is a second flush. I was instructed by the nurse to flush, then mix, then flush again, and then a heparin lock will keep the PICC line from clogging up, so that we can continue to administer medicine through it until I feel well enough to function and live without it. So this is my life every day, every 4 hours. I receive Reglan. Squirted. I receive Reglan, and I receive Zofran. I am not on a Zofran pump. I will lift my sleeve so you can see exactly where. So if you can look closely here, that little circular piece, it has a purple stem sticking out of it. That's the PICC line. That PICC line is going into my arm. It travels up my arm, into my shoulder, down into my chest, and into my heart. So it has to be clean at all times. If I drop something on the floor that I need to use for it, I have to throw it away, start over. Apparently that's how serious this is, but it is literally the only thing that is allowing me to function on a daily basis. I've watched so many videos on YouTube about women who've had hyperemesis, and I've never seen one where they've been administered medicine through a PICC line. This is the dirty, nitty-gritty, ugly side of pregnancy. I've been told to eat saltines and drink ginger ale, drink 7-Up. I've tried ginger tea. I've tried sugar-free candy. I've tried sour candy. I've tried just about everything you can think of to curb the nausea. I have 5 different nausea prescriptions, and none of them work. This is the only thing that works for me. I've been in the hospital or in the emergency room 4 times. I've been admitted twice. I spent a total of 8 days in the hospital. Had COVID, which I already mentioned before. And I'm only 13 weeks pregnant. I have a long way to go. So it is my prayer that at least by the time I'm 20 weeks, that I won't have to do this for much longer. This will probably be a part of my routine for the next month. But I'll do what I have to do to feel better and make sure I get my baby here safely. Okay. I get these doses of medicine, like I said, every 4 hours, and they're alternated. So right now I'm receiving the Reglan. Well, I've already given myself the Reglan. At noon, I will get a dose or give myself a dose of Zofran, in which this process will pretty much be the same process. This is the final stage. So I've given myself 4, so far 3. 3 doses, 2 doses of saline solution, 1 dose of Reglan. The final dose here is 5 milliliters of heparin. And this is what keeps the PICC line from clotting and clogging so that we can continue to administer medicine. I am not a doctor or a nurse. I am simply just a married woman who has a regular day job on leave of absence because I've been too sick to work. And these are things that I've learned from doctors and nurses since being in the hospital of how to treat myself at home. This keeps me from going back to the emergency room. This keeps me from being readmitted to the hospital. So when I was in the hospital, I actually felt sicker because I wanted to be home. So I just wanted to show a day in my life or a moment in my life. This is normally about a 5 to 10 minute process, but because I'm documenting it, it's been about 13 minutes now. Okay. When I was in the hospital, the nurses did this way faster. They'd be done in like a minute. But because I'm at home and we're not doctors or nurses, we take longer. I will receive my next dose of medicine at noon, and then again at 4, again at 8, midnight, so on and so forth. But this has been my life every day for the past week, and it will be for the next 3 weeks until I feel better. And my obstetrician did inform me that if I don't feel better by the time I've finished a month of medications, that I will continue on it until I'm better. PICC lines can be inserted and can stay in as long as 6 to 8 weeks minimum, or a maximum of 6 months, which is about how much longer I have to go in this pregnancy. I'm hoping that's not the case. All right, that's done. And there it is. 2 tubes of saline, 1 tube of Reglan, 1 tube of heparin. All that keeps me stable for at least 4 hours. Now that I'm done, I take an alcohol prep wipe and I sanitize before and after. I get before the medicine and after all the medicine. And there's a little cap, which also has alcohol inside of it. Goes on back on the tip. So I twist it on as tight as I can. And then I'm done. And I have to make sure that I clip it tight. You'll hear a click. And that keeps everything locked in place until I'm ready for my next dose of medicine. And that little writing right there is dated 1/19. That's from the last time a nurse came to my house and changed the dressing. Yes, I still have chapped lips. Yes, I'm still wearing a bonnet. Yes, I still feel bad. Yes, I still spit, which is what I just did. That's it.